So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn how to create a full stack e-commerce app with React Native. If till now you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. So before starting the video, there's a small notice over here with my new Instagram page. As you can see over here, just go to my Instagram page. The link will be provided in the description below and just follow me. I would like to promote the products like Apple products and some more stuff, etc. Great. So just follow me over there, and the Discord link will also be provided in the description below. If you're having any problems related to programming errors, just leave the question out there. I will try my best to answer it. Great. So without wasting the time, let's start our React Native e-commerce app full course. Yes guys, we are going to be creating the full e-commerce app with React Native, but there are only going to be some functionalities, not like the functionalities that will not be included in this course. The first one is going to be login and registration with Firebase, and the last one is going to be the Stripe payment functionality. But if you need this functionality, like if you need to add a Stripe checkout in your React e-commerce app, just comment down below. I will create a separate video on it. Okay, and the functionalities that will be included in this e-commerce app full course is going to be like, we are going to be having a product list page, we are going to be having the product details page, and the most important part for the product details page is going to be that we are not going to be creating a separate product details page for every single product that will be there in our list items. The ID that will be matching with our product details page, that product will only be displayed in our product details page. Yes, and the second functionality is going to be the add to basket functionality. Third one is going to be the subtotal functionality, and that's it. And we're going to be having the add cart icon at the top right corner of our header with the increment number when the user adds the item into our basket or removes from there. Great. So that's the introduction for our e-commerce app full course with React Native. If till now you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. So without wasting the time, let's jump right into the video. Great. So let me open my Visual Studio Code editor over here. As you can see, there's a fresh React project, and now let me even open my Android emulator over here. Great. So awesome. So I'm having my fresh React Native Expo project created over here with simple text being displayed over here, that is e-commerce course with React Native. So let's start working with it. So the first thing that we are going to do before starting the project is going to be installing the packages that we will be using all throughout this course. So the first package that we are going to be using is going to be the React Router DOM for specifying the different pages for our e-commerce app. So just come to the npm.js official website for installing the packages related to React.js or React Native. Great. Search for a package that you need. So I need a package that is going to be React Router DOM. Okay, I'm just gonna search for that specific package. Great. And sorry guys, my apologies, I just forgot that this is the React Native language, not React.js. So we are not gonna be using this React Router DOM. We are going to be using the React navigation, that is going to be our stack navigator. So just remove this npm.js website and just come to the reactnavigation.org website for navigations, and then click on this read docs button, which you can see over here. And after that, you need to just get started by installing this npm install react navigation /native in your project. So I'm having a terminal that is running my React Native project. So I'm just going to minimize it and open a new terminal window over here, and then select my project. Great. And inside this project, that is my root directory for my React Native app, I am going to install this React navigation. So the first command that we need to do install is going to be this npm install react navigation / native. The thing that you need to do over here is that you need to just click on this copy button, come to your terminal window, right click, paste it out and press enter. That's it. That's gonna install the react navigation in your react native project. Great. So let it install. It's gonna take some time. It totally depends on your internet connection. So till the time it's installing, I will be showing you what we are going to be doing with this React navigation. So for an example, a e-commerce app or an e-commerce website, there's not going to be a single page. There are going to be a many pages. Like in our app, we are going to include 3 to 4 pages. Am I right, guys? Yes. So for specifying the route, that means the URL for the pages, we are going to be using the React navigation in React Native. In the React.js, you're going to be using the React Router DOM. That package you can just download it from the npmjs.com's official website. The both website link will be provided in the description below. So let me just see my terminal. So still it's installing over here. So let it install. And after you have run this npm install command, the second thing that you need to do over here is that run this command, that is expo install react native screens react native safe area context. This is going to be the second command that we are going to be running. So as you can see, guys, over here our first React navigation package is installed successfully. So let's install our second package. So the second package was this one. So let's click on copy button. Let's open our terminal window, right click to paste the code and press enter to install this package in our React Native project. So if till now you don't know how to install the packages in your React Native project, or if you're facing some issues related to installing packages in your React Native project, just comment down below. I will create a separate video on, like, if you're installing some packages which is not being installed and you're getting the error, how to use that package without installing it in your React Native project. Only the thing that we need to work is going to be our package.json file. Yeah, I'll just create a separate video on it. Just comment down below in the comment sections. Great. And guys, my website is live. If you want to see, I'm just gonna show you my website till the time the second package is being installed. So just search for easy2code.com. that is my website where I do create course videos. I do sell my templates project. That is the new features included in it. So I'll explain you till the time our second package is being installed. So as you can see, here's my new website that is created with React.js. Okay, and as you can see over here, we are having the programming languages sections, about me, and this is the source code section that will be available soon by day after tomorrow. And this is the programming courses section. My first programming course will be coming in April, and that is going to be our full Git and GitHub course, and you can access it easily only for $8 to $15. Great. And the most important feature that is there inside my website is going to be the template section, which you can see over here. Yes guys, I do sell my templates that I do create it with my knowledge. As you can see over here, the first template is on construction company website. This is the website template. You can use it for any purpose related to your business or anything. And the second one is the evergreen business full functional website, which is created with React.js, and you're going to be having all of the functionalities, animations included in it, like the working contact form with the animated and the styled Gmail format. Yes guys, it's not that expensive, it's in a cheap price, you can just buy it if you would like. So just click on this preview button if you want to buy this React.js website, and as you can see over here we are having the preview item option over here, but it is not working yet, but soon it will be available for previewing the website that you're gonna buy. Yes guys, you're going to get the whole information, so what is there in our website template, what are the unique features. You can just see over here on the right section the unique features which is included in this website, and the quality is 100% good, it is checked by me. And the feature updates, like if there is a new update in my website, I would update it in my website the template source code. But if you have just buyed the website template and if you need that update, I will send you via email. And for an example, if you're just buying a template for your business and you need to make some changes related to your business, you need to change something in this website template, I will do it for you. Yes guys, and the informations related to theme and all, you can just get it over here. About the seller, contact details and email address you're going to get over here. You can pay with the debit or credit card option is also available, and directly you can pay with the PayPal fast gateway. Yes guys, you can access these templates over here on my website, and if you are interested in it, you can share it with your friends and family who wants to buy website templates for their business and all. Great. And we are having this contact page. So this is our beautiful website, and be in touch. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Soon all the programming languages courses will be there on my website, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, React Native, then PHP, laravel, Flutter and much more. GitHub also. Yes guys, so do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, the most important thing, and follow my Instagram also. Great. If you just follow my Instagram, the link will be provided in the description over here for my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's see whether our second package is installed or not. And as you can see over here, our second package is also installed. Great. So now let's install our third package. Now what you need to do over here is that you need to click on this Hello React Navigation tab, scroll down and copy this React Navigation native stack code from here. And now you can just minimize your browser screen. That's it for the package. And come to the terminal, right click to paste the code and press enter. This is gonna install this package in our React Native root directory. Yes guys, and that's it. These are all the packages that we are going to be using all throughout this course. So till the time it's being installed, as you can see over here, it is displaying me that it cannot connect to the meta. Try the following code. Undefined. What is this? Undefined, unable to receive module. Okay yes guys, so we're just going to restart our server, so don't worry about it at all. Great. And guys, if you want me to create the clones like Instagram clone with React.js or an e-commerce website with Laravel, PHP or anything, just connect with me on my Discord channel and just leave your suggestions over there in my YouTube suggestions channel. I will just create a tutorial video on it. So as you can see, our third package is also installed. That means we are all set. Now let me just start my server. So what I'm going to do over here is that let me just start my server by running this command, that is going to be expo or npm start. You can just go with any command. So I'm just going to run this npm start command over here. Because our Metro server was stopped from running while we was installing our packages in our React Native. So don't worry about it at all. So after it's started over here, I'm just going to click on this run on Android device and emulator to run my project on my Android emulator. So just click on that. It's just going to attempt to open your simulator, or if you've already started it, it's just going to select it. And if you want to open it in your device, you can just scan this QR code in your Expo mobile app that you're going to be getting in your App Store and Play Store. The link will be provided in the description below, so don't worry about it at all. Everything that we are going to be using in this project or in this tutorial video will be provided in the description below, so don't need to worry about it at all. So now let me just minimize my browser screen, and it's just opening the server on my Pixel 3a, that is my Android emulator. Great, so let it just start it out. And the thing that I'm gonna be sharing with you is going to be like the part, like if I'm just getting any error in my e-commerce app that I'm going to create in this video, I'm not gonna cut that scene by editing the video. Everything, like if you're just getting the error part also, we will be fixing it together. I'm not gonna skip that part. We will be sitting together and trying to fix that part. Am I right, guys? That will be really interesting and helpful for you, because if I just created my e-commerce app, edited the video, removed the error part and uploaded, and when you're just creating it and if you get some error, it will be really totally confusion for you. So if the error that you're getting and I'm getting in my video, it will be really helpful for you to fix it by watching my tutorial video. So that's going to be the great thing, and that's going to be continued for all of my YouTube videos that will be coming. Great. So till now my expo, that means my app is not yet started. As you can see over here, still it's attempting to open it out. So let it open. Let me just close my application. Alright, and now it will only attempt to open it out. So let it do it. Great. So I will be right back till the time my app is running live on my Android emulator. Alright guys, as you can see now my app is running over here fine, so that's great. So now let's start by creating our e-commerce app with React Native. I have just said it so many times, but I have not yet started, so let's start it. So now over here in my app.js file, as you can see, there's the code executed over here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to remove all of the code and write it from scratch for the better understandability. And if you are a beginner and learning how to create an e-commerce, so it will be really good for you, and you're just going to be getting some basic knowledge of React Native in this course. Great. So let's import React from React. Then we are going to be importing style sheet. We are going to be importing view and the text from React Native. Okay, so now as you can see over here, we are getting the error being displayed in our Android emulator. So don't worry about it at all, because we are not returning our app function that is being rendered in our index.js file. That's why the error is being displayed over here. So don't need to worry about it at all. So after this, we are going to be importing our navigation container that will be imported from React navigation /native. Then we are going to be importing create native stack navigator, that we will be importing it from React navigation native stack package that we have installed in our React project. Am I right, guys? Yes. So that's it. So now let's create our main app function. Just create a function of an app, and that function should return something. Remember that in React, if you're creating a function, it should return something. If you're not returning it anything, then you're just gonna get a big fat error in your app. So I'm just gonna return a simple text over here, which is just gonna say hello world for an example. And now I'm just gonna export this app function by default. And now when I do save it, it should display me the hello world text in my Android emulator. So what I'm going to do over here is that I'm just going to click on this R to reload my app manually. By sometimes, like if you have installed the extension in your VS Code editor, still the app won't reload manually. Okay, so now as you can see, the text is not being displayed to me. Why the text is not being displayed? You're confused. The text should display, but as you can see over here, the text is being displayed at the top left corner. So let's add some stylings to it. So I'm just gonna create a const of styles that equals to style sheet dot create, and I'll be applying the stylings for my container. Okay, and the styling is going to be like text align center, and I'm just gonna save it. And now I'm just gonna wrap this text in between our container. So for creating a container, I'll be using view, which is going to be having a style of styles dot container. And now let me just paste my text. That's it. Now when I do refresh it, as you can see, still the text is not being displayed in center. So for doing that, just align items in center, and then you need to add this justify content center. If still, as you can see now, the text is being displayed over here, but it is not aligned in the middle of our page. So let's write some code, like let's add flex of 1, and boom guys, as you can see, the text is being displayed at the center of our app screen. Great. So now let's add some stylings to our text. So for doing that, just add a style styles dot text, and now I'm just gonna style my text over here. So now you will be thinking why I am just explaining the basic things over here. So for an example, if you know some basic knowledge of React, and if you're watching how to create the e-commerce app with React Native, it will be really easy for you all guys. But if there is some beginners who don't know how to just use React more nicely, if they are beginners, it will be really helpful for them. So just go on watching. Soon we are just going to be starting with our main part. So for our text, what we are going to do over here is that I'm just going to change the font size. That is going to be 20, and I'm just going to change the font weight. Nothing else. That is going to be bold. That's it guys. And now I'm just going to save it, and boom, our hello world is looking great. I'm just going to change my font size to 30. That looks more clear. Great. So now in our app function, we are returning a view with a text. Other than returning that, I will be returning a navigation container for specifying the pages for my product list page, product details page, and my cart page. So before defining my routes, let's start by creating our product list page. So before creating our product list page, we need to create the data. We need to have our data for our products that we will be including it in our e-commerce app. Am I right guys? So what you need to do over here is that you need to create a new directory that is going to be named as services. Okay, in this directory you need to create a new file, and you need to name it as products service.js. And what is this file gonna include? This file is gonna include an array of an object which is going to be having all of the details related to your project. Think it's an API that we are creating in a JavaScript file. Am I right guys? So it's going to be really simple. The thing that you need to do over here is that create a variable of products that is going to be an array. In that array we are going to be having different objects with our product details. So just create an object, and every single project, or sorry, it's a product, is going to be having their unique ID, name, price, image, and the description. Okay, so I'm just gonna be copying it from my text file and pasting it over here for saving our time. And if I show you over here, as you can see, we're having ID with its own ID key, name, price, image, and the description. So till now I have not yet downloaded the images, so I will just download it, so don't worry about it at all. So now I'm having some more details for my product. I'm just going to copy it from here and paste it, so it will really save the time. And if you're thinking, how will I do that? You are just copying and pasting it. Don't worry about it, guys. The source code will be provided in my GitHub repository, and the link will be provided in my description below and on my website too. So don't worry about it at all. Am I right, guys? Yes. So just chill. Okay, so after you have created your product details in an array of an object, the next thing that you need to do over here is that you need to specify the functions for getting the product in your product list page, and create a function for your product details page for getting the product. So now I'm just gonna create a simple function over here, and I'm just gonna name this function as get products. Okay, and this function I'm just gonna return all of my products. So if you're not understanding, don't worry about it, I will explain you in a second. So what is this function doing over here? Whenever I just call this function is going to return me this product variable. This product variable is having all of the data for my product, and that we will be displaying it in our product list page. So that's why I'm just exporting this function. Whenever I'm gonna call this get products function, it's gonna display me all of this data which is there included in this products variable. So now let me create my second function that will also be exported by default, and I'm just gonna name it as get product. It's not going to be product, it's going to be the product. And because we are just gonna get a single value on the ID. So for an example, we are in our product list page, and the user want to get the details of a specific product, and when the user clicks on that specific product, we are going to get that ID, use that ID as a parameter in our get product method, and then we are just going to display that product details only in our product details page. So in this get product method, I'm just going to get ID as our parameter, and I'm just going to return my products, but I'm just going to find my product. I'm just going to pass it as a parameter, whether my product ID is equal to the ID that we just got from my product list page on the product that the user have clicked on. So that's it for our products service.js file. Hope so you understood what's happening over here in this file. If not, just comment down below. But I've explained you in detail. We have created an array of an object which is having all of the details related to our products, and this is a function which is returning all of the products for our product list page. This is a function that will only return the specific product in which we have clicked on, only their details. Got it, guys? Yes. So that's it for our product service page. So now the most important part comes over here, and that is product list page, in which we are going to display all of our products. So for doing that, what we are going to do over here is that we are going to create a screens folder. So just come to your root directory, create a new folder, and name it as screens. In the screens folder, create a new file, and you need to name it as products list.js. Great. And now let's start writing the code for displaying our products. So let me import React from React, but I'm also going to import use effect and use state hook from React. And the second thing, I'm just going to import some view, text, flat list and style sheet from React Native. And now I will be importing my get products. What is this get products? What I need is I need to display all of the products in my product list page. So I will be importing my get products function in my product lists page. So let me import it over here. Products from my service folder. I'm having this product service.js file. Great. So now you will understand it in more explanation and in more depth. So now let's create a function that will be exported by default, that is going to be named as products list. Great. And it's going to be including the navigation, so we're not going to include it now. When we will be coming to the that step, that time I will be including it. So now this is going to be our main function. In this function we are going to be having one more function that is going to be for rendering our product. What is this render product means? To display our product. Am I right, guys? Yes. So this is going to be the function. Then we are going to be having a state value for our products, set products, that equals to a use state hook, and it is going to be set up as an empty array. Okay, after that we are going to be having the use effect hook. So I'm just creating a structure so it will be really easy for you all guys to understand what is happening and what of the code we are going to be writing all through this product list.js file. And after this use effect we are going to be having our return statement. Great. So don't worry about the stylings that we're going to be providing it over here. I'm not going to teach you in this tutorial video because otherwise our course video will be much lengthy. So I will just copy it, paste it in my tutorial source code, and the source code, as I said you, it will be provided in my GitHub repository. Okay, so now this function we will be using for our rendering our product. Use effect, we will be using it for getting our product function running once when our app reloads. And this return statement, we will be using it for how we need to display our item. That means how we need to return our products in our product list page. So first let's come to our render product method. So this render product is going to take item that is going to be product. And now in this function I would like to return my product. So I'm saying over here I would like to return a product from my product.js file. That is the file which will be having all of the stylings included, how I would like to display my product. Okay, so that is the thing that this render product function is going to include. Great. So now we have created the state variable, and in this use effect hook, whenever our app reloads, I'm just going to set my products to the get products method, which is going to get all of our product details. Am I right, guys? From our product service.js file. Now how we would like to display it? So just create a flat list that we have imported it over here. We are just going to be adding some stylings to it, so don't worry about it. That is going to be like styles dot products list. Then we are going to be having our content container style, that is going to be styles dot products list container. Second is going to be our key extractor. So why we are using this key extractor over here? To provide the ID that we have provided it in our product service. For every single product we have provided their own unique ID. So when we will be displaying or using that ID, so we are not gonna get any error in our React app. So just add this key extractor, which is going to take item as a parameter, item dot id dot convert it to a string. So don't worry about it if you're not understanding it. I will explain you after completing the code. And the data is going to be our product's state variable. And now we're just going to render our item. That is going to be our render product method. Okay guys, render product method. Great. So now we are all set. So now, as you can see over here, we have defined all of our data. We have created our product list page in which how we would like to display our products. So now in our render product, how we need to render our products, but we are calling a product component over here and the file is not yet created. So let's create our product.js file, and inside that we are just gonna structure how we would like to display our products in our product list page. So for doing that, just create a new directory and name that directory as components. Okay, in this components you need to create a new file and name it as product.js. Am I right guys? Yes. And this file is gonna be including all of the code how we would like to display our product. So just import React from React, import text, image, view, style sheet, and the touchable opacity. That will be imported from React Native. After that, let me create a function that will be exported by default, and I will name this function as product, which is gonna take name, price, image, and onPress as a parameter in it. And now I'm just going to return the data. The first thing, we are going to be wrapping all of our code in our touchable opacity. So when the user clicks on that, we will redirect the user to the product details page. So don't worry about it at all now. After completing the code, I will explain to you in detail. So the touchable opacity is going to be having a style of styles.card. And when the user press it, I'm just going to call this onPress method or a function, you can just say. In this touchable opacity, I would like to display image first, which is going to be having a style of image. So this is not going to be style sheet, this is going to be styles. My apologize. It's going to be style, and the source for this image is going to be the image. Okay guys, and after that I'll be having a view, which is going to be having style of styles dot info container, which this container is going to contain all of our informations related to our product, like the title and the price. So let's create a text which is going to be having a style of styles dot name for our product, and the second text is going to include the price of our product. So styles dot price, and I'm just going to add a dollar symbol over here with a space and change this name to price in simple words. Great. So now we have just created this. Now we're just going to be adding some stylings to it. So I'm just going to copy the code and paste it after my main product function ends over here for styling how I would like to display my products in my product list page. So now come back to the product list.js file and just render the details. So when I'm just calling this product, so I need to import it over here. So let me import my product from my components folder. In that folder, I'm having this product.js file. So I'm just going to import it over here. So I can just use it over here in my render product method. And I'm just going to pass it my product as a spread operator. And now when the user clicks on it, I will be using the navigation.navigate. So for using the navigation, I'm just going to pass a parameter over here that is going to be the navigation in my main function. And on press, I'm just going to call a callback function. In this, I'm just going to select my navigation and navigate the user to the product details page. So now you're confused. We have not yet created any screens or any pages in our app.js, or we are not defined it yet. So don't worry about it at all. After writing the whole code, we are just going to render it. Okay, and in this product details, I'm just going to have that specific product ID also selected. Awesome, that's it. Now you need to save it. So now we are all set with our product list page. So let's see whether it is working fine or not. So now we're just going to come to our app.js and create a navigator for it. So I'm just going to remove this return and select my or create my stack navigator. So before my app function, let me create a variable named as stack that will be holding my create native stack navigator method. And in my main app function, we are going to be using the navigation container. In this navigation container, we are going to be having our stack navigator and a stack screen, which is going to be having a name of products, and the component is going to be products list. So now I need to import this products list file from my product list.js file. So import products list from the screen's product list.js file. That's it, guys. We are all set. So we are getting the error over here, that is that we have not defined the images for our product in our product service. So we need to do that. So that's really easy. So I'm just going to click on the search, open my file explorer, and I'm having all of the folders. So I'm just going to copy and paste it in my project. So let me just open my file explorer over here. So guys, if you're watching the video till now, that means you're having the energy to learn how to create a e-commerce full stack app with React Native. Great. So now you need to let me come over here and select my images that I have installed, which is over here in my e-commerce app assets. We are having this product images. Okay, so I'm just going to open it out over here and come to my main folder and then paste it over here. That's it, guys. Boom, our app is refreshing, and that should just run our app properly without displaying any error. So now if I explain you over here, inside my assets folder, I'm having this product underscore image folder. I'm having all of my images included in this directory. Great. So let it run my app and let's see whether the products are being displayed in my product list file or not. So it's just taking some time. Let me just save it manually and refresh it out. Still, as you can see, it's displaying me this circle other than displaying me the app. So I'm just gonna refresh my app. Let me just open my expo back again. And even open my terminal in which my server is being running, and select over here my e-commerce course project. Here's my server running over here. So there's an error, I think so, that is validate the base URL, description, and the assets folder. Okay, so require the assets folder, the phone JPEG is not provided, description, and then we are getting some errors over here. So for trying to fix that, let's see over here what we are doing wrong. So we have defined this name for our stack screen, and the component is going to be the products list. Am I right, guys? Yeah, that is coming from here. Okay, so for fixing this, what we need to do over here is that when we are importing our product list file, just add this .js extension. Don't forget to do that. Just add this .js extension and try to refresh your app. So before refreshing the app, let me just recheck my code out over here whether there's any error. So dot forward slash, come to the assets directory. Okay, great. So we are all set. Okay, so now what I'm going to do over here is that I'm just gonna come over here, close my expo app, stop my server, and then start it back again by running this npm start command. So you can just face this error sometimes while you're developing the apps, so don't worry about it at all, and just don't go directly to the Stack Overflow and search for that specific error. First of all, try to fix yourself, and after that you're not getting it, then search it in Google. If you're not getting it, then you can just go and take the help of Stack Overflow. Awesome, guys. Great. So let it open my developer tools in the browser till the time it's opening. Okay guys, it's opened over here, so I'm just gonna close my previous tab and then start my React Native project back again to see whether the error is being displayed or not. So what I'm going to do over here is that I'm just going to click on this run on Android device / emulator. Yes guys, so this video is going to be a bit lengthy, so don't worry about it at all, but it's going to be really amazing video for you all guys who wanted to create an e-commerce app with React Native. It will be really helpful for you. All things will be included in it, but like if you need to learn how to add a Stripe payment functionality or the PayPal payment functionality or a checkout in your React Native app, just comment down below. I'll create a separate video on it. Otherwise, this video and this course video will be too much lengthy. Am I right, guys? Yes. So as you can see over here, it's displaying me an error that is saying that it can't find a variable of styles that we have not yet defined in our products list.js file. So just open your VS Code editor and products list.js file. Yes guys, we have not yet defined this styles. So let me define it. So here I'm having these styles. I'm just going to copy and paste it after my main function ends and do save it. And now the error should disappear. Boom guys, as you can see over here, our products is being displayed. So let me just remove this hello there friend from my expo app and remove it. Great. So as you can see our app guys, our products are being displayed over here with the title and the price. So now let me explain you what is happening over here. Okay, so you have learned what is happening in our app.js. We are just rendering our product. We are just creating different screens for our pages. In our product service, we have just entered our data for our product and created two functions for getting our products and getting our product by their ID for our product details page. Am I right guys? Yes. So here comes to our product list page. So before explaining you the product list page, I will love to explain you the product page. So in this product.js file, I'm writing the code that how my app product will be displayed. So as you can see over here, these products are being displayed for this specific, that means my iPhone 13 Pro Max product, how I would like to display it. So that stylings will be defined in this product.js file. Got it guys? That's it for the product.js file. It's nothing complicated over here. Okay, so now what is happening in our product list page that we need to see over here, how we are displaying all of the products, fetching the data from our product service. So we are importing two files from here. One is getting our products function from our product service and importing this product from a product.js file, because that's only the code how we need to render our item. So here's our main function and here's our second function that is used for rendering our product. Okay, here's our second function that is used for rendering our product, in which I'm selecting my item as a product, calling my product method or a function you can see over here, and passing it with my product as a spread operator. And on press of it, we are calling a function and navigating the user to the product details page, which we have not yet created, and passing the specific product's ID to this page. so we can get that, access it, and display only that specific product details page in our details page. Okay, and now we can see over here we are having this state variable which is named as products, which is as an empty array. Whenever app reloads, we will call this use effect hook, and we are just going to set our products to our get products function. That means our all of the products details that is coming from our product service will be saved in this products state variable. Now how I would like to return it? I would like to display it in a flat list. We are adding some stylings. We are adding ID, that means a unique key to our product, and the data is going to be product, that means our state variable, and we are rendering how we need to render our item. We need to render our item as we have displayed in our render product method, and that is returning our product file, and that is this file that is having all of the code how we need to display our single product in our product list.js file. Yes guys, that is how we create this beautiful product list.js file. So it totally depends on you, however you would like to display your products in your product list or a main page in your e-commerce app. You can just style it. So I'm just displaying a single product. Okay, that looks really good and amazing. So if till now you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. So let's keep the aim in this tutorial course is going to be that just smash the like button and make it 100 likes. I will create a beautiful and amazing clone with React Native. Yes guys, and that is going to be Instagram clone. Great guys. So I'll overview my app. So this is how my app looks now. Okay, we are having our products being displayed over here with the product image, product title, product price. That looks really amazing. So the next thing that we need to do over here is that create a product details page. Am I right guys? Yes. So if I just do align it on the right hand side and come back to my product list.js file and come over here. So the most confusing part over here in this code will be what is this spread operator happening over here. I will explain you. Yes guys, we are getting our product, am I right, and that we are just passing it over here in a spread operator, and we are accessing it in our product.js file and displaying it over here like the name, price, image, and the on press functionality. Great. So now let's start working with our product details page. Awesome. So when the user clicks over here, we will redirect the user to the product details page, which is not yet created. So inside this screen folder, create a new file. Name that file as product details.js file. And now you need to define the root for it. So just come to your app.js file, copy this stack screen, paste it again, change the name to product details, and the component is also going to be product details. And now let me import it over here. I'm just going to copy paste it back again. That's going to be product details that will be imported from my screens, and it is going to be the product details.js file. Yes guys, that's it. So let's refresh my app, and as you can see, so we are not returning us anything. That's why we are getting this error. So we can just easily fix it. So for doing that, just open your product details.js file, write this RFCE to create a basic syntax template for your React Native project. So we can see that we're having a div displayed over here. Other than this div, I would like to display a style text that is going to be displaying us product details, and import this text from React Native. and I would like to save it and end it with a semicolon, otherwise we are going to get an error. So let me just end it with a semicolon and save it back again. So still the error is being displayed over here. So if I just come to my app.js file and see over here, we are importing our product details from our screen product details.js file, creating a stack screen which is having a name of product details, and the component is product details. Yes guys, so everything is set up over here. So now if I just come to my product details.js file and see over here, we are having our React called, we are importing our text from React Native, we are having our main function that is being exported by default. So I'm just gonna remove that code. Other than that, I will add a simple export statement over here. If I do not export it, still the error will display me. Okay, so if I just come to my app.js file and just comment this section out, the screen out, and now the error is disappeared. If I just come back, come to my product details page, and then if I just do export this function by default, let's see whether the error is being displayed or not. So as you can see, the error is not displayed yet. So now whenever I do click on the specific product, we are just going to be redirected to the product details page, and it is displaying me a text of product details. So now just come to this product list.js file. As you can see, on press of a specific product, take the user to the product details page, screen the name that I've provided to it, and even just send that specific product ID on which the user have clicked on. So we are just going to get that ID, and after getting that ID, we are going to display that specific product details on the product the user have clicked on. So let's come to our product details.js file and add some stylings over here. So I'm having some CSS code, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here. And now I would like to save it. Great. So now we're getting an error because we have not yet imported our style sheet. So let me just import it over here. Boom guys. And now the error will be disappeared, and it is. Awesome guys, we are all set. So now import use effect, use state hook from React. Remember to do that. So import use effect and use state hook from React, and we are going to import this text, we are going to import style sheet, we are going to import view, we are going to be importing the image, we are also going to be importing the scroll view and safe area view and button from React Native. Alright, and now we are going to be importing the get product function from our product service.js file. So let me import my get product from a product service.js file, and that's it. We are all set. So now let's come to our main function, that is our product details. So I'm just going to remove this text from a return, or I'm just going to keep it for a second, otherwise the error will appear over here. So now we are going to be having a variable of product ID that is equal to root.parameters. I'm just gonna specify it over here, and in my product details I'm just gonna specify a root over here. Remember to specify the root. And now let me create a state variable that is going to be for our product, that equal to a use state hook, and it is going to be an empty object other than an array of an object. It's just going to be an empty object. Okay, then we are going to be having a use effect hook that will be running only once our app refreshes, and that's it. Then we're going to be having our simple return statement. So whenever our app reloads, I'm just gonna set my product, I'm just gonna get my product method, and in that I'm just gonna pass my product ID. Okay, I'm just going to pass my product ID in it. So don't worry about if you're not understanding what I'm doing over here. After completing the code, after it is working fine, I will explain you as I always do. Great. So now after doing that, just come to this return. So now we're just gonna style how we would like to display our product details page, how we want our product details page to look like. We would like to display the image, product name, product price, product description, and the add to basket button. Am I right, guys? Yes. So in this return, other than displaying the text, I'm just going to remove that text, create a safe area view. In the safe area view, we are going to be having a scroll view. Okay, in this we are going to be having a view which is going to be having styles of image container. This image container is going to be including our image, which is going to be having style of styles.image, and the source is going to be our product.image. That's it, we are all set. And after our image container view ends over here, we are going to be creating another view for our info container, styles.info container. Awesome. In which we are going to be having a text which is going to be having styles of name. The first thing that I would like to display is going to be the product name. Am I right, guys? Yes. I'm just going to copy this text, paste it back again, and add a styling over here that is going to be for our price, and change this to product.price, and add a dollar symbol over here back again. Then I'm just going to copy this text and paste it back again and add a style of description. And I would like to display over here my description, so I'll select my product.description over here. Awesome, we are all set. And after displaying this text, I would like to display a add to basket button. So let me create a button which is going to be having a title of add to cart. That's it, we are all set. Let me save it now. Now when I click on a specific product, as you can see over here, that specific product is only being displayed with the product name, price, and the description with this add to cart button. If I come back and click on my second product, that second product details page will only be displayed over here. If I do select my third product, that third product details will only be displayed in my product details page, other than creating separate pages for my separate and different products. So this is how our e-commerce app be create. So if you don't know how it works, you have learned it in this tutorial video. Yes guys, you can do the same thing with React.js if you're creating an e-commerce website. Yes guys, I'm right. So now we are all set. So now we have created our product list page. We have created our product details page. So what is happening over here, I'll explain you. So whenever the user clicks on a specific product, we are redirecting the user to this product details page and passing our product ID in it. And in my product details page, I'm selecting my product, get the product from a product service.js file. And now in this function, I'm entering root as a parameter with no value defined to it, creating a variable of product ID that equals to a root.parameters, which is getting the product ID that is being getting up from my product list on which the user have clicked on. Then we are creating a state variable of product. It's not going to be an array, so we have just defined an empty object in it. Now whenever app refreshes, I'm setting my product, get my product, and only get that product that is related to this product ID that we got from my product list on which the user have clicked on. And return, we are having the safe area view how we would like to display it. Like we are selecting my product.image, name, price, and description. And we are displaying a button for add to cart functionality. Yes guys, and the CSS is provided over here. The source code will be provided on my GitHub repository. The link will be provided in the description below. You can just access it and you're free to make changes. Yes guys. And the next thing that we are going to do over here is that we are going to be adding the add to basket functionality. We are going to be adding the subtotal functionality. And the next thing we will be doing, that is going to be the add to basket, that means our basket icon with the incremented number when the user clicks on the add to basket button. Yes guys, that's going to be really great and amazing. Are you excited? If you are, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. So without wasting the time, let's start creating our add to cart functionality. Great. So now what I'm going to do over here, before starting creating our add to basket functionality, I'm just going to close all of these files which is opened over here, so it will be really easy for us to identify which file we're going to work with for adding the add to basket functionality and subtotal functionality. So let me just close all of these files from my top bar. It's going to be good. Okay. So after closing all of the files for now, just collapse your folder, and outside, that means in your React Native root directory, create a new file, name it as cart context.js. Cart context.js is going to be its extension. So in this file, we are going to be writing all of the functionalities for our add to basket functionality, get items count functionality, and the total price functionality. Okay, so now just write a basic import statement and import create context and use state hook from React. Great. And second thing you need to import is going to be the get product from our product service for the specific product that we are going to get by the product's ID. So import get product from services folder. Inside that we are having this product service.js file. Remember to import it with the extension, otherwise you're going to get errors sometimes. And after that, I will create a function that will be exported by default, that is going to be named as card provider. Okay, and it's gonna take props in it. Awesome. So as you can see, we're getting an error over here because I've not named my function correctly. So it's function. Okay, so in this main card provider function, we are going to be having three functions. So let's create our first function, that is going to be for adding our item to cart. This function will be holding all of the code for adding our item to the basket. And our second function is going to be get items count. So what is this function gonna do? This function is gonna get the count of our items that we have added into our basket for displaying it in our header basket icon. Now our third and the last function, that is going to be the get total price. This function will be used for getting the total price of our product which is added in our basket. Awesome. And at the end, we are just going to be having a simple return for our main function. Okay, so now we are all set. So the first thing that we need to do over here is that create our context. So come before your main function, create a variable that will be exported by default and name it as cart context. Okay, that equals to use the create context method over here. And now you have successfully created your context. You're all set. Now come inside your main function and create a state value for items. So const square brackets items comma set items that equals to use state hook, but it is going to be an empty array. Then for adding the item to our basket, So what we're going to do over here is that we are just going to select that specific ID. So I'm just going to pass ID as a parameter in my add item to cart function. And inside this, I'm going to create a variable, name it as product, that equals to get that specific product matching through the ID. Okay. And after that, I'm just going to set my items to my previous items. You can just name it as you like. So I'm just gonna name it as previous item. If you like, you can just name it as data. It totally depends on you. It is just a callback function in our set items method. And now what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to create a variable of an item that equals to, I'm going to select my previous items dot, I'm just going to find whether the item ID is double equal to my ID. Then only we are just going to add that item to the basket. So now we are going to be using if and else statements to add our product to the basket if it ID matches. So for that, just use if our item is not true. I'm just going to execute this code. In this, you need to create a return with an array of spread operator of previous items. That's just going to display the previous items other than displaying the new item that is added in our basket. Go with this curly braces, and what you need: ID. I need to display the quantity. The main one is going to be 1 by default. I would like to display the product, and then I would like to display the total price. And over here, I'm going to select my product's price. Awesome. And else, if it is true, if our ID matches, I'm just going to return my previous items dot, I'm just going to map through it my item as a parameter I'm going to pass in. And in this, I'm going to select my item if my item ID is double equals to the ID. That means if it is matching, I'm just gonna increment my quantity by 1, and the item's total price will be added and equal to our product price. Awesome. And after this, I would like to return simply my item other than having an else statement. So that's it. We are all set for adding our item to the basket functionality. Yes guys, we are going to cover our add to basket functionality, count functionality, and the subtotal functionality together in this chapter. Okay, so if you're not understanding it, don't worry about it. Just follow the code that I'm doing. Just see that if you're just live coding it, just go on coding. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't, just after we finish creating our add to basket functionality, I will explain you the whole code in detail, so don't need to worry about it at all. Okay, so now let's come to our get items count function. What you need to do over here in this function is that you need to return select our items dot, use the reduce method over here. If you are having some basic knowledge of JavaScript, you know what does this reduce method does. In this, you need to pass two parameters. One is sum and the second one is item. Then I'm gonna select my sum. I'm gonna add it with my item quantity, comma, the default value is going to be 0 that I'm gonna assign over here. That's it for getting the items count function. Start. And now let's work with our get total price functionality. So just return same items dot reduce method over here, which is gonna take two parameters. One is sum and one is item. Then we are just gonna select our sum, add it with our items total price, and the default one is going to be 0 as I mentioned in our get items count functionality. So the default value is going to be 0. So now what we would like to return, we would like to return a cart context. So if you see over here in our cart context variable, I'm creating my context, so I'm just gonna be returning it. Cart context dot, we are going to be using the provider over here. Okay, and it's gonna take some values. So the value is going to be like our items, that is our state variable, our get items count, that is our function, add item to cart is also a function, and get total price, so that we can access it in our different files like our cart.js file for our displaying our cards, the items that is added into our cart. So for that I'm just assigning this function to my cart provider, and then I'm just gonna select my props and pass a children in it. Okay, so now we are all set with all of this functionality. Now let's start by displaying it. So after finishing the cart context.js file, the second thing that we are going to do over here is that work with our cart.js file how we would like to display the products. Am I right, guys? Yeah. So just create a new file. So this is the cart.js file which will be included in our screens directory. Just come over here, right click, create a new file, and now you need to name that file as cart.js file. This is going to be a page or a screen. It totally depends on you whatever you would like to say. Okay, so in this let's import React, but use effect hook, use state hook, and not create context. We are going to be using our context, so just import the use context hook that will be imported from React. Second, you need to import view, image, text, button, flat list how we would like to display our product, and the style sheet for styling our products from React Native. Awesome. Now you need to import the cart context from your cart context.js file that we have created. Awesome. After doing that, create a default function that will be exported by default, name it as cart, and you're all set. Now in this function we are going to be having two functionalities. Okay, so remember that. So I'm just going to create it over here. In our main function we are going to be having two functions. So one function is going to be for totals, and our second function is going to be for rendering our item. Awesome. And then we are going to be having our main return for our main function. We are all set then. So we are having some CSS stylings for it, so let me just copy and paste it over here directly, so it will be really helpful for you all guys to learn how to code easily in less time. So let me just paste it after my main function ends, and the stylings are applied for my cart.js file. Okay, so now let's come to our main function. So just ignore the stylings. I'm just gonna collapse it and come to our main function. So first create a state variable. It's not going to be a state variable. You can just think that we need these functions that we have created in our cart context. You can see over here like that we're exporting, like get items count, items, add item to cart, and the get total price in our cart.js file. So how you will import it? It's simple. You have imported your cart context. Now you're having the access to that file, so you can just use anything from that file. So you need to import curly braces items, get items count, and get total price function from my use context hook. And in this I'm just gonna pass my cart context. That's the default name from which I'm importing my cart context.js file. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Then I'm gonna end it with a semicolon. So we are all set, but as you can see we are getting an error over here because we are using this import statement. Other than using this import statement, you need to create a const over here. So that was my apologize, sorry for that. And just come to the totals function now. So in this I'm just gonna create a state variable of total that equal to a use state hook, and its default value is going to be 0. Then I'm going to be using my use effect hook over here, which is going to take a callback function in it, and then I'm going to set my total to my get total price function. Now how I would like to display it, so just have a return and write the code how you would like to display it. I will be having a view which is going to be having a style of styles dot cart line total. Okay, in this I would like to display two text. One is as for our total text and one will be our total price. So let's create a text style which is going to be having a styles of an array, styles dot line left and styles dot line total. Okay, and I would like to display total as a text. So now the second text is going to display us the total price. So let me just create a text over here, add a styling to it, that is going to be styles dot main total. Okay, and I would like to display a dollar symbol with the total price, that is total is my state variable. Awesome. So now we are all set with our totals, how we would like to display it. Am I right, guys? Yeah. So now let's start by rendering our items, okay, in our cart page. So in this render item, you need to take an item in it. So just take item, that's the value, items as an item. Okay, now I would like to return it. In our React fragments, I'm just going to be using the React fragments over here. In this, just create a view style of styles dot cart line. So if you're not understanding what I'm doing over here, don't worry about it at all. After finishing the code, after our app works successfully, I will explain you in detail, because it will be really easy for you all guys to learn, and it will be really easy for me to explain you more nicely. Like I will explain you what's happening in my emulator, that means my app, and what is happening in my code, and which code is written for what that code is doing in our application. Great. So in this view, I'll be having an image tag which is going to be having a style of styles dot image source, that is going to be item dot product dot image. Awesome. And after the image, I would like to display a text which is going to be having a style of styles dot line left, and I will display items dot product name. And after that, I'm going to be having this X being displayed over here, and now I'll display the items quantity that the user have added into the basket, how many times the user have bought that product or added it in our basket. Am I right, guys? Yes. After that, I would like to display the total price. So after my this quantity ends, I'm just going to add two space and create a text inside a text. Then add a style of styles dot product total. Now I'll display a dollar symbol over here, that's going to display us items dot total price. That's it, guys, we are all set. And now let me just close my text over here. So awesome. And now let me save it out. Great. So now we are all set. Let's come to our main return. As you can see over here, we are having our main return. In this return, we are just going to write how we would like to display it. We would like to display it in a flat list. Am I right, guys? Yeah. And now in this flat list, we are just going to be having some stylings. So style, that is going to be styles dot items list, and so now after providing the style to flat list, just create a content container style. Okay, and just provide it a style that is going to be like styles dot items list container, and then we are going to be adding the data that is going to be your items state variable. Then we are going to be rendering our item. that is going to be the render item method that we have created at the top. Then we are going to be having the key extractor to provide the keys to them. That is going to select our item and item dot product dot id, and I'm just going to convert it to the string. Awesome. After that, you need to just provide a list footer component over here. Okay, list footer component, and that is going to display totals to us. Am I right, guys? Yeah. What is this totals? This totals is our state variable function, which you can see at over here. That is our totals function that we're going to be displaying at our footer. Am I right, guys? Yes. So now we are all set up. So let me just save my code and let's see what is happening now. Okay, so when I just do select my product, okay, product details page, when I do click on this add to cart, okay, so before making this functionality work, if I do scroll to the top and come to my app.js file, okay, and after coming to my app.js file, I need to create a route for my cart screen. So over here, I'm just gonna copy this and paste it once again, and I'm gonna change the name to cart, and the component is also going to be cart. I'm right, and I'm just gonna import it over here. That's it. Now we are all set. Now you need to come to the product details page, and now we need to add this functionality to work for adding the product to the basket. Am I right, guys? So just open your product details page and then scroll to the top where you have added this button and add this on press functionality. On press of this button, I'm gonna call this on add to cart function. Now this function is not yet defined over here, so you're gonna get an error, so don't worry about it at all. So the first thing that you need to do over here is that import cart context from cart context. That's it. Now you're all set. Now you need to add this item to cart function you need to import from your context that you have created. So create a const, and the function that you need to import, that is add item to cart. Okay, and this will be imported through use context hook. So let me use my context over here. So that is not yet imported, so I will import it. Don't worry about it at all. And then I'm just gonna pass my cart context in it. Great. So now let me just come over here and import use context hook also from React. That's it, guys. We are all set. Now on add to cart function needs to be created. So I'll create it after my use effect hook ends. What is this function gonna do? It is just gonna call our add item to cart method and just pass the product's ID. In simple words, let me just save it. Great. So now let's see whether this functionality works or not. Let me select my product. Okay, it's reloading and it's causing me an error that is saying that add item to cart function is not defined. So let's see. I'm importing my cart context from my cart context and using the cart context over here to get my add item to cart function. And when the user clicks on this function on add to cart, I am just adding item to cart function is called over here and setting it up to my product ID. So for that, let me just come to my cart context and scroll to the top, and the function is add item to cart. Okay, so the function is correct. So let's see what we are doing wrong over here. Const add item to cart, then equals to use context and passing my cart context in it. I'm calling this function on add to cart, and this function we are adding our item to cart with the product ID. Alright, so we are all set. So let's see why this error is being occurred. So for checking that, I will be coming to my cart.js file over here and come to my app.js. I have defined my name for my cart over here. Okay, so that's not the error, but it's saying over here that use context. Let me just see. It is saying me that undefined is not an object. Evaluating the use context add item to cart. Okay, so let's see why this error is being occurred. Okay, so let me just dismiss for this for a second over here, the error, and come to my product details page. Okay, and over here we can see that I'm using the use context hook, and then I am importing my cart context from my cart context file, and then I have created this product ID which is taking the root.params. We are having this add item to cart that equals to a use context hook in which I'm passing my cart context in it. Okay, and then I'm selecting this function. Okay, some error is being occurred on this use context hook. If I do comment it out for a second and do click on this product, now my product details page is being displayed. Am I right? Yeah. So let's see why this error is being occurred. Import the cart context hook from the cart context.js file, and now let me just remove this line of code and write it from scratch. Maybe some error was occurred because of that. So let me create a const over here, add item to cart that is equal to use context hook, and I'm just gonna pass my cart context in it. Great. And now when this function is called, I am gonna call my add item to cart method over here and pass my product's ID. So let's cross our finger and then let's see whether this functionality works or not. Just click on the product. Boom guys, we are getting the error that is same use context hook. Okay, so let's see why this error is being occurred. Are you guys having any idea? No problem. Let's fix it together. So over here, I'm selecting my product's ID from a product. Created this const add item to cart that equals to a use context in which I'm passing my cart context in it. Okay, so for a second, if I do comment this function out, and remove this cart context import statement, and on press I'm just calling this function, I'm just gonna remove it and save it once again. Click on a product, the product details page is being displayed. Now when I do click over here, nothing is happening. Am I right guys? So something should happen over here. So let's see, where are we getting this error? Okay, product details page. Okay, so let's see. Let me just remove the code. Let me remove this code too. And that's it. We are all set. Let me save it. Let me just come back and try it whether it's working fine. Okay, it's working fine. Great. So now when the user clicks on this button, I need to call a function on press on add to cart. Am I right guys? Yeah. So on press, call a function on add to cart. Great. And now we have not yet defined this function, so we need to define it. So let me define it before this return statement. This function is gonna add our item to the basket. So if I do select now, okay, so there's no error yet. Great. Now let me just import my cart context. From cart context.js file. Okay, And now what we need to do over here is that after my use effect hook, let me just call my add item to basket function. So add item to cart function that equal to, it's going to be using the use context hook, and I'm just gonna pass my cart context in it. And now when I do this, it is causing me an error. Okay, because when I just select my product, it should display me an error. Yeah, so let me just drag this emulator to the bottom so it will be really helpful for me. Okay, and now let me just come to my cart.js file. Okay, just come to your cart.js file, and in your main function just add a navigation. Okay, we use this navigation to navigate the user to the different pages. Am I right, guys? Yeah. After that, just recheck your cart context code. We have created this add item to cart function over here. Yeah, which is taking props and children in it. So we are all set, guys. There's no error that should occur over here. Okay, so maybe this functionality is not working because of our cart provider. Yes, guys, I got the fix. So now you need to come to your app.js file. Okay, and after you have imported your product details, you have imported your cart, you need to import your cart provider. So import cart provider from your cart context.js file. And now what you need to do is you need to wrap this navigation container in a cart provider. So just wrap your navigation container in a cart provider, and that's it. Now you will be set for the functionality to work. Sorry guys, it was my apologize. Now let's come to the product details page, and when the user clicks on this, I'm just gonna add my item to cart function will be called and pass my product's ID. That's it. Let me save it. Now when I do click on my product details page is being displayed. Awesome. And let's click on add to cart. When I do click on add to cart, our product should be added to our basket. Okay, so for seeing whether it's added to our basket or not, we are going to create a basket icon on our header, and that will also be having the incremented number. Am I right, guys? Yeah. So for doing that, now what I'm going to do is, now we have worked with this file, so I'm not going to close it because I will be explaining you at the end. So if you see over here, just come to your components, create a new file and name that file as cartIcon.js file. This file is going to include all of the code that we'll be writing for stylings our cart icon. So just import React, use context hook from React, and then we need to import view, text, and the style sheet from React Native. And after that, we are going to import our cart context from our cart context.js file. So now you need to create a function that will be exported by default. It's going to be named as cart icon, which is going to take a navigation in it, because when the user clicks on that, I would like to navigate the user to the cart page. Awesome. So now you need to get that items count. So function, so get items count function from our use context, and just pass the cart context in it, in which we have created our context. And now you need to return. So in return, we are going to be having a simple view that we are going to style, which is going to be having styles of container. In this view, we are going to be having a text, which is going to be having a style of styles.text. And now we are going to be having the on press functionality. So style when the user press on this text, I would like to call a function which is gonna navigate the user to the cart page. And the text now I would like to display over here. That is going to be a cart, simple, then a parenthesis in which I would like to display my get items count function. Awesome guys, we are all set now. So now we are having some stylings for our ad, that means for my cart button. I'm just gonna copy it and paste it after my main function ends over here. That's it. So now our cart icon is not displaying at the top of our header. So for doing that, come to your app.js file. Okay, come to your app.js file, and after that, like after just using your component, you need to add options that equals to a double curly braces. Okay, options, a curly braces in which you need to add this navigation. Okay, and then I would like to add title, change the title to products. Okay, and after that, header right side, header right, I would like to display my cart icon. So I have not yet imported it, so I will import it soon. So let me just import my cart icon. Now it's added the important statement because I have installed some packages that is needed for my React. So cart icon, which is going to be having navigation, that is going to be passed as our navigation. Okay, and now I'm just gonna close my cart icon. Now we are going to be set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna copy these options which I've created over here, which ends with this blue curly braces, and paste it to my all of my screens for a good sake. Great, now we are all set. Now if you see the app, we are having this beautiful cart button being displayed over here. Am I right guys? Yes. So we are all set with our e-commerce app with React Native. Are you guys excited to test it out whether it is working fine or not? So now you need to I'm just going to drag my emulator to my center of my screen, so it will be really easy for you all guys to see. And now when I just select my product, so I would like to just select this laptop. Okay, and when I do click on this add to cart, as you can see the number is incremented and displaying that one item is added to the cart. When I do click on this cart, it is taking me or redirecting me to the cart page. Am I right guys? Yeah, and it is displaying me the quantity, that is 1, price, and the total price. For an example, if I add this laptop one more, it is displaying me that the quantity of this product is 2 and the total price is $1,958. If I do come back and if I do add this graphics card to my basket, there are total 3 items added to our basket, and as you can see this graphics card is for $79 and the total price adding this $1,958 plus $79 is going to be $2,037. This is the total price. So the all functionality for our e-commerce is working fine. So if you're facing some errors, don't worry about it. I will explain you now. Okay, so here I explained you that we are just creating our cart context. Am I right guys? Yeah, in which we have defining our add item to cart function, get items count function, and get total price function. And for using it in our different files, I'm just importing my cart context provider. So I will be able to use it in my different files like cart file or cart icon file. Am I right guys? Yeah. This is the cart file which is displaying us this products at the top, that is our function for our totals. Okay. And you can see over here rendering our item, how we would like to display our item. That is this one, our image, title, quantity, and price. This is used for displaying the bottom part, that is total and the total price. Got that? And that's it. In our app.js, you need to just remember that you need to wrap your navigation container in between the cart provider. And that's it for our app.js file also. Now, product details page. Here you're just gonna face some errors. So for fixing that, you need to see over here, when the user clicks on this add to cart button, call this function. Define that function over here call your add item to cart function from your create context, and then add that item to cart function will be called in this on add to cart function, and we are going to pass the product's id to it. Only that specific product will be added to our basket. Am I right, guys? Yeah, that's it. Now in our cart icon, it's really simple. It's not that much complex. Over here we have created a simple function. We got our items count from our create context. In a view, I'm displaying a simple text. When the user presses on the text, I'm navigating the user to the cart screen and displaying my get items count function that is going to display the number of products which is added to our basket. Am I right, guys? Yeah, and we are having some stylings. So don't worry about it at all, as now I have finished making my tutorial video. It's uploaded on YouTube, and now the GitHub source code is provided. You can just go download and you can free to use it. You are free to make any changes related to stylings and all. You can just access it even on my website easy2code.com. The link will be provided in the description below. Otherwise you can just go to the Google, search for easy2code. At the first you're just going to see my website. Great. So this was the full course on how to create a e-commerce app with React Native. That was really interesting. So what's the main feature in e-commerce app? There are not that much features. The main feature is like login and registration, Stripe payment or PayPal checkout functionality, or any payment checkout functionality that I'm not gonna show you in this tutorial video. But if you need to learn it, just comment down below. I will create a separate video on that. And we have learned how to display our product details page, add to basket functionality, subtotal functionality, and more things in React Native. That was really great and amazing. Was it? Right. So if you like the tutorial video on how to create an e-commerce app with React Native, just comment down below, and don't forget to connect with me on my Discord channel. And if you want me to create clones like Instagram clone with React.js, React Native, and much more, so just comment down below. So that's it for this tutorial video. If you like the tutorial video, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, see you.